Welcome to T5 here at freetradingvideos.com. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the daily edition of the Market Rag for Wednesday, November 28, 2007. Well, the Fed hinted at a rate cut this morning, and that's all the markets needed to think better days are ahead. Huge move up in the indexes today. As we come over here and look at these percentages, you can see over 3% for the S&P, 2.5% for the Dow, and almost 3% for the NASDAQ. The move up in the Dow today ended up being 350 points by day's end. And if somebody goes up, usually somebody goes down, and that was most of your commodities today, with oil being the biggest drop, almost 3%. Looking at the grid, you can see that today's move up brought us back to more of a middle of the range in the short term. You can also start to see some of this weakness showing up on the commodities area, especially this oil and gold being in the lower end of their ranges. Coming over here to the chart of the S&P 500, we were kind of stuck in that range right between this 1450 level and this 1400 level. Well, the market has made up its mind with this big move above the 1450 level. We'll be watching this prior high right here to get a better understanding of what the future might hold for this market. Even though we had a big up move today, you guys, we're still in a downtrend. Here's what that big move down in oil looks like on a daily basis. The interesting thing here is notice the relationship between our last two highs. Not that great. The flip in the sectors continue. Everyone's kind of come back to this mid-range area except for your telecoms. They didn't really join the ride here. And remember, this was real bloody and red the last couple days, and so we've cleaned that up a bit. You can see the same little group of green showing up here with your consumer staples, your utilities, and an interesting one is your healthcare. The strong areas today were again the areas that have been destroyed as of late. This is not as positive of a situation as if these were all making new highs. Here we have a chart of the financial area, which was the biggest winner today, up over 5.5%. But that did very little considering the amount of damage that's occurred over the past few months. Here's our CSC short we had, and we got stopped out today for basically a break-even type move. But notice the rebound there, up almost 7% today. I'm glad I'm out of it short. You had several areas in the market that were up close to 4% today. The transports, the semiconductors, technology, consumer discretionary, and materials. Notice that most of these groups have been at the bottom of our list for several months now. One of the nice ones that was up over 4% was the materials, and that's this chart here. As you can see, it looks like we've found some support around this area here as it starts to move up. Utilities, which have been kind of one of those sideways action areas for a while, is now kind of making a run for this upper resistance area, and we'll see if it can't get above that. An interesting area in the market lately has been the healthcare area. This has basically been going sideways and doing nothing. This is a big move up, and it definitely let some of that pressure loose from the breadth indicators I was worried about. How much pressure's left is the big question. I'm going to go ahead and move to a 1 until we actually get some sort of trend change within the market. A little bit positive, just not as positive as yesterday after this big of a move. We were stopped out of all our shorts today, and most of them moved really big, so thank God for stops again. And we took 3 new long positions. This cleared our portfolio of all the short holdings. We now have about 75% of our money working in longs right now. We still have this tiny little bit of usable cash before we start getting into margin, which we're not allowed to at this point. Coming over here to the risk, you can see all the new trades over the past 2 days has brought in a lot of risk into our portfolio. We're now using about 3/4 of what we're allowed, and that's 6% of our account. I'm going to keep a few short orders out there with some real safe entry points just in case something really weird happens.
Thanks for spending your time with us. Have a great evening. Hey! You can lose a lot of money trading. These are not recommendations of any sort. Just opinions. Always remember, a fool and his money are soon parted.